This is Manningtree Park, which is a development between Manningtree and Mistley in Essex. It was previously a field and we have consent here for 485 dwellings. We are trying to design something that really picks up on the history of the area and has a number of places you pass through. So we're standing in the park, entrance to it. Behind us we've got quite a formal Victorian inspired terrace of houses, which is influenced by New Square in Cambridge. And then the road zigzags down and you have a straight high street that takes you down to the village green with a shop and cafe in it. In this new build we've tried to pick up a lot on historic layouts from market towns and things, but also in terms of historic detailing. So you can see there's a lot of cornices and dentil and exposed rafter feet and things which are all built out of timber and really reflect the traditional Essex craftsmanship you see in older houses. Every single house here is timber frame. It goes up quickly, weather tight quickly, and allows us to start fitting out while the external envelope comes up. And timber frame, again, it's a really traditional form of construction that goes back centuries and centuries, which really ties in with a lot of the historic detailing we've got. This is the first stage in the process. The foundations are in, the floor's in, the underfloor heating's in, the services are in, and with the scaffoldings up ready to receive the timber frame. So the whole thing goes up in a matter of days. Behind us we've got a house with a timber frame up, and the timber frame comes with a membrane on the outside. So as soon as the frame goes up, essentially the walls are watertight enough for us to start the fit out internally. And you can see here the roof is already on, making sure it's watertight, and we're now following up more slowly with brickwork or boarding, whichever the external finish is. The walls arrive with the OSB board and the joists all nailed together, truss rafters go on, roofing felt and battens go on, so the whole thing becomes dry very quickly, which allows essentially the first fix and second fix electrics to take place. You can see the joists are clever in that they've got great big gaps in between them, so there's lots of room to run the services and things, which keeps it much simpler than if this was a block and beam floor or something like that, which would cause more issues. You've got this extra depth to fill insulation, so if this was a blockwork wall, obviously you wouldn't have that space for the insulation, so this allows us to put mineral wool insulation in between and get more insulation per wall thickness than you would in a traditional form of construction. So one of the great things about timber frame is however cold it is, you can keep building. So obviously with masonry and mortar, then if it gets below a certain temperature, site stops, but with timber frame we can keep going however cold the winter is. So great for progress and keeping to programme. So we're now in another of our homes, which is a bit further on in the build progress, where we've got plasterboard on the walls and the second fix electrics. I think it's worth noting that internally there's no real difference from a traditional block and beam house. Acoustically we've got exactly the same standards as you would in any new build, so there's no disadvantage from the timber frame. So I think essentially it's easier from a build point of view, and from a custom point of view, then we can get high U values, and we are being more sustainable by sucking up carbon as we grow and all the ecological benefits from that. Here we are outside one of our finished homes. The brickwork outer skin is all finished, traditional details are all done, and behind it we've got our traditional timber frame using modern methods of construction, which has allowed us to have a quick, easy build, get dry inside quickly, and continue with a fit out at the same time as doing the externals. And from the outside it looks like a fantastic home.